Hey fam, it's Scott Lewis, CEO of FindBlackBiz.com, getting black and brown consumers to meet up with these black and brown businesses so we can practice group economics. Also co-founder of Hope, where we're helping our people excel. Very great stuff going on. Listen, I've been asked. I wrote an essay. My wife has written an essay. We are leaders on this stride here against what occurred earlier at Spring Valley High School, where a police officer came into the classroom and literally choked, slammed, dragged, and threw a little girl, teenage girl, to a point where she had a gash in her head, and arrested her because she was unresponsive to two other adult figures when she was asked to leave the classroom. Backstory, and this is coming from the mouths of the individuals who were in the class, including the one girl who got arrested for standing up for her. Basically, the teacher asked her to get out of the classroom. Now, one of the students who was there said there was only three reasons why they would get kicked out of the classroom. One, if you're chewing gum, or two, if you are on your cell phone. Now, mind you, keep in mind, the teacher was black. He couldn't handle it. He called an administrator. She was unresponsive to the administrator, so the administrator called the police. The police officer came in, saw the situation, moved tables out of the way, told the students to get up and move. Now, this is from the students who were there who said this, and moved their laptops out of the way, came into her face and said, "So you're not coming with me?" She was non-responsive. She didn't say a thing. Now, pause right there. That girl is frozen. That girl is scared for two reasons. One, they all said that she was a new student and that she was pretty unresponsive to anybody. She didn't say much. She didn't say anything to anybody in the classroom at all. Okay, or at that school, nobody really talked to her. So there's some underlying issues there that I can relate to personally and with my daughters. I'll tell you like this: my daughters are in a situation that they're not familiar with. They instantly shut down. It is shut down in defense mode immediately. Okay, they come together, the two of them, they sit there next to each other, they look at each other, a door knock or anything, they don't open the door, they don't do any of that stuff. They become unresponsive. That is out of fear, that is out of protection, that is out of defense. Now, she could have been saying, screw you to the previous two. But what happened? This police officer basically came up behind her, put her in a chokehold, and tried to pull her out of the seat. When he realized that wasn't working, he slammed the table back. So she hit her head on the floor. He dragged her out of the chair, across the carpet, and threw her. And she hit her head on a table. Now, again, this is eyewitnesses from the student who stood up for her. She got a gash on her forehead somewhere, in her head somewhere, and she was put in handcuffs and escorted off the premises. You guys saw the video. This was uncalled for. I don't care what anybody says. There's nothing. I don't need to know what happened prior. I don't care what happened after. I don't care what she could have said the most racist things. She could have said the most horrible things. She could have said, my dad is doing your wife. And there's still no viable reason for that police officer to put his hands on her the way he did in that video. He's on administrative leave, which means he's going to be sitting at home collecting a paycheck until it all blows over. Question number one I have is, what happened to the male leadership? We have this black teacher who could not deal with this one child. It makes me sad because I sit here and think about it. That could have been my daughters. And at that point, there would have been nothing on this planet that would stop me from getting to that man's neck, and I would have ended him. He would have been liquidated. There would be nothing on this planet. You will not drag my daughters and throw her around like a rag doll because you can't figure out how to. She's a teenager. They're moody. They're stupid. They think they know it all. They're teenagers. There's a way to talk to a teenager to get what you want. I do it every day, and I got twin girls, and they go in their periods roughly at the same time, and I still handle it with ease. First of all, I'm a man with pride. So if I got a classroom full of kids, I'm going to be able to show what a man is, whether at my home or whether I'm at school teaching. I can show everybody in that classroom what a real man does. And a real man would have took that little child and said, listen, let's talk. Let's sit right here. Let's chit-chat a little bit. All right? I don't know what's going on at home. You know my rules. I don't like gum. Can you please spit out my gum? Can you get off your... So whatever the cases are, whatever the issue was that she was getting thrown out, there was a way to avoid all of that. He failed as a teacher and as a black man. Okay? And all he did was show another upcoming black girl that men ain't shit. Specifically black men. Because he's the one that called Massa to come to the plantation there to wrangle up the field Negro for not being responsive. Listen, I'm a little passionate right now. I'm a little sick as well, but I'm so angry because the responses I've gotten was, well, I want to know the whole story. Fuck the whole story. I said it. Fuck the whole story. damn that whole story. Because those same ones that are saying, oh, it wouldn't be my child because my child knows how to act and police, blah, 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 blah. No, those are the same ones that be out selling drugs. Those be the same kids. You know why that doesn't happen with white kids? Because when white kids got a problem, they come and shoot up the school. That's what your kids do. They don't come tell mommy because mommy doesn't care. Mommy cares about what it looks like on the outside, so she doesn't have to deal with that bull. They call her parent an unfit mother or unfit parent. Try to spin it and turn it. These people would not let Don Lemon turn it for nothing. You don't need the whole story. That was bullshit. Okay? And it would be nothing on this planet. And I know I got some of you haters out there talking right now. Like, oh, Scott's talking to Big Up Storm, blah, 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 blah. This is my kid. I don't care how trained you think you are, with how many guns you think you got. There'll be nothing in this world, out of this world, to stop me from liquidating your life if you put your hands on me like that, on my daughters, like that cop did to that one. I'm just putting that out there. He know he fucked up. He know it, because this ain't the first time somebody's reported him twice because of what he does to little black kids or black people in general. Get scared to even want to bring a boy into this world. I want to bring a little son into this world. I'm scared to do it. I'm going to post this, and then we'll see how you guys feel about this. And hopefully we can get more people on the right side of justice here. If y'all got something to say, you know how this is. I'm a teacher and I'm a student. Y'all can teach me something new so I can learn it and teach the next student, next person. You know, the teacher becomes a student and vice versa. I'm always down to learn new things. And if you have something to say about it, go ahead and leave it in the comments below.